All right, it's 1 o'clock and we're interrupting programming here for just a minute here to give you an update on the storm, which has really become centered to the northeastern part of the U.S. since this morning when we had snow showers that were still in areas of Texas and Oklahoma. We can see here some of these more moderate to even heavy bands making their way up towards areas of southern New England right now, including the Bay State. Take a look at this brighter blue here, anywhere from Boston across the Pike all the way towards western Mass at the moment. And as we take a look at some of our sky cams, you can see traffic moving on our Monarch Skycam very slowly right now. You can see a few cars on the roadways, but not too bad. And as we take a look at our Six Flags Skycams, you can see our current conditions here at 5 degrees with a wind chill of -9. So temperatures again across the board between about 0 and 6. And we do have visibility very limited across southern New England. And as we take a look at year 24, where those snow bands are coming in for the afternoon and evening. Thank you for joining this digital edition of Western Mass News here at the 1 o'clock hour, and we're giving you another update on the forecast. So let's take a look at what just happened here at the 1 o'clock hour. We've had, actually, as the storm has pulled away, we've had some retractions here from some of these winter weather alerts that have expired. Still some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in areas of Texas right now. But again, the focus is now shifting as we head into the afternoon to our area here in Western Mass and the entire northeastern part of the U.S. as winter storm warnings are in play not only today, not only tonight, but until tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the evening. So we're going to see wraparound bands of snow showers. We'll go through that in just 1 second. Let's take a look at a few of our sky cams right now. Again, I just showed that on our live cut-in hit for our television broadcast, and we're seeing a few cars that are making their way slowly on the roadways right now. Of course, this is the I-91 corridor, and of course, cars usually going between about 55 to 65 here. Much less so, I'm guessing, just an eyeball test here, about 30 to 40 miles an hour are the cars that are going through right now. And of course, the traffic is very much reduced at the moment. And Six Flags Skycam, you can see we've kind of pointed this camera a little bit farther downward so you can at least get a visual of some of these trees here as some of these more moderate to heavy bands make their way in. And in terms of our current conditions right now, we're seeing our temps right around 5 degrees. That north wind right at 9 miles an hour, so -9 is our wind chill at the moment. You can see visibility really next to nothing as we take a look here, or at least you try to, on some of our sky cams. So satellite and radar at the moment. Of course, as we zoom in a little bit further here, you can see some of these stronger, more moderate to heavy bands really encapsulating the Bay State right now, Western Mass included in all of that. Some of these darker blues that you're seeing on the map here, providing some good snowfall amounts. And of course, if you have a ruler, if you want to go outside and give us a snow amount, please do email us, by the way. Send us in your totals and we'll start to put together some graphics with your respected towns and your totals thus far. So taking a look at your temperatures, we're around 0 to about 5 degrees right now in terms of our actual temperature. As we take a look at the visibility, you can see it's really next to nothing across the entirety of southern New England right now. So it's less than a mile at least from Springfield to Worcester to Boston, down southward on 91 towards Hartford and New Haven, Cape and the Islands, same story, even Portsmouth, New Hampshire, down to a mile right now. So visibility hasn't been this widespreadly reduced in really a long time. Of course, this winter storm very potent here, and it's really only starting to ramp up as we head into the afternoon. So for today's high temperatures, between about 8 to 16 degrees, 8 for the hill towns, 16 for the warmest portions of the valley, but I use warm very sparingly there because we do, of course, have temperatures that are going to remain well below freezing throughout. As we take a look at 3 o'clock, these are when the darkest of the blues really start to make their way in here as we head into the later part of the day. Now, as we head into the evening, you can see still dark blues on the map through 8 o'clock. And then as we head towards about midnight, you can see things starting to brighten up a little bit. And then once we head past midnight, things get a little bit more scattered and broken apart here. 3 o'clock in the morning. We still have snow showers in place, and really, the word of the day for tomorrow is pesky. These snow showers are going to be pesky as this storm system pulls away from the coastline. It's going to continue to wrap around some snow shower bands, so they'll be with us for the morning and the afternoon, and it'll pad the numbers a little bit in terms of our snow totals and wrap up around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tomorrow evening when those winter storm warnings expire. But again, most of the snow is going to be today between about 3 o'clock and midnight, and then again a little bit extra as we head into the overnight hours and for your Monday time frame. So again, here we are at about 1 o'clock, and that of course is right now where we're expecting 3 inches of snowfall, and that's pretty close to what we've seen outside our Liberty Street studio at our last measure. By the evening, half a foot. And by the early morning hours, likely to have a foot of snow on the ground. And then again, that number padding that I mentioned as we head into the morning and into tomorrow afternoon. Here is a more broad look at what we can expect for your total snow maps. 12 to 18 inches for the valley area. 18 to 24 possible, that possible jackpot zone for the hill towns and eastern portions of Berkshire County. Zoomed out a little bit, you can see another area where we have a little bit of a coastal front that could be dumping a little bit more for the Boston area. So another potential jackpot for eastern Mass, and then a little bit of mixing on the coast here as you take a look at the Cape and the Islands and the southern facing beaches. So as we take a look again at tonight, similar to what we're expecting for our temperatures, of course, right now, again, we're going to be increasing the temps a little bit heading into the evening into the upper teens, low to mid, or the upper single digits and low to mid teens. Heading into tomorrow, we get the temperatures up into the low to mid 20s for the valley, still holding on to the teens for the upper elevations. And here is your wind forecast. Of course, one of the questions that I've seen on some of our Facebook Lives that we've done, are we going to lose power? And the short answer to that is I can never absolutely tell for certain where a tree might fall, of course, on some power lines or anything of that measure. I'll give you a little bit of a chance, though. Talking in chances, and it's a low chance for today. We have a light powdery snow, and we have winds that aren't really that strong. So we're not going to have snow or ice sticking really that much to the power lines or to the trees or anything of that nature, which could add weight to trees and, of course, snap them onto the lines. Tonight, we pick up the winds a little bit, gusts between about 25 to 35 miles per hour. Notice that wind still out of the northeast, and then it turns northwesterly as the storm pulls away tomorrow. And we get some gusty conditions for the hill towns, not so much for the valley area. We'll have a light breeze in there for you as well. So a few things you'll notice on this 10-day forecast. Of course, highlighted in red today and tomorrow, first alert weather days. Heading into Tuesday and really heading into the middle and end of the week. And really, let's expand things out here and look at the entire 10 days. So here's the good news. The good news is after we get the storm out of the way, there's no big real weather makers in play that are going to really add on to the complications of where we're going to put this snow or additional worries about travel or any snow bans or anything of that measure. Maybe a few flurries, that's pretty much it. The bad news is that the snow that is going to fall today, tonight, and tomorrow is going to be sticking with us throughout the majority of our 10-day forecast because although we get some sunshine, take a look at those temperatures. Well below the freezing mark, highs only in the teens and low 20s. And of course, as we head into the weekend and the start of next week, we start to get things a little bit better in terms of getting up to the 20s, but we're still below that freezing mark. So of course, we'll have much more coming up hour by hour here in terms of our forecast. Be sure to stick in or to tune in for all the cut-ins, of course, at the top of every half hour and stream on your mobile device or your Roku.